Hi, everyone. Let's talk about the Modified Perceived Traumatic Birth Tool. That is not its proper name. It is actually an unnamed screening tool. So let's go ahead and dig in. There are two components of this assessment. So the first component is assessing the sense of threat, and the second is emotional response. The original document was written a little bit differently, and I did try it out on moms, and I did not have a great response, so I changed it. But here's the original. So, with a sense of threat, did you perceive in labor you or your baby were exposed to actual or threatened death? Did you perceive in labor you or your baby were exposed to serious injuries? And then, did you perceive your labor was a hard and upsetting experience? And then, four, did you feel frightened or helpless during your labor? So I changed it to, did you worry that you or your baby were at risk of death during the birthing process? Did you worry that you or your baby were at risk of serious injury during the birthing process? So you can see that I simplified the sentence, that it went from having it kind of choppy with a comma and having those sentence fragments moved around to just pretty simple structure. Okay. I also changed the language a little bit. I didn't say, did you perceive? Because I had moms asking, well, what does that mean? And so we have to remember that not everybody has the same level of education or literacy, and we need to make it accessible for everybody. Okay, on to the third and fourth. Do you feel like your birth experience was hard and upsetting? And did you feel frightened or helpless during your birth experience? It had said labor, and I changed it to birth because there are several moms who have C-sections, which can be very traumatic, and some may or may not have labored prior to their emergency C-section. And so it's really important that you say birth rather than labor. So this assessment has been used, I think, 3, 4, maybe more times at this point, and it has been proven reliable and valid. Um, and if you want the main place where I got this with most information for the questions, that information is listed on the bottom. Although this assessment was used in different places, and most notably about that magic hour, and some people call it the golden hour, some people call it the bloody hour, and some people call it the sacred hour, whatever it is, that first, second hour of birth. And so during some academic research articles, they have also used this to assess moms. What's so great about this is it's short, it's only 4 questions. It's something that can be asked when the baby is on the mom, when the mom's taking care of baby. Pretty simple. And a yes response to any one of these questions does indicate a traumatic birth experience, a perceived traumatic birth experience. And so then you should proceed, if they get any of these positive yes, then you should proceed with an intervention to help prevent the development of stress syndromes, or excuse me, of stress symptoms. So something to keep in mind is that this can sound kind of weird to moms, especially the sense of threat. Number 1 and 2 can kind of sound like, some litigation question, something to represent the legal team of the hospital. So I always make sure that I tell moms this question has to do with mental health. I'm not going to be sharing it with anyone. It's only going to be used for mental health, no other reasons. Just to make sure they understand. So when they hear it, they're not thinking, oh my goodness, what am I, answering here? So just keep all of those things in mind. And I would definitely recommend this tool. It's very simple, very easy, very straightforward. Good luck.